فاتحة فشهداء كربلاء بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين بارئ الخلائق أجمعين خالق السماوات والأرضين ثم الصلاة والسلام على عبده ورسوله وحبيبه وصفيه أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين الذي سمي بالقرآن بالطه وياسين والمزمل والمدثر أبي القاسم محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد
صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المظلومين المنتجبين لا سيما بقية الله في الأرضين الروح وأرواح العالمين لتراب مقدمه الفداء ولعنة الدائم الأبدية على وعدائهم أجمعين من الآن إلى قيام يوم الدين. أما بعد فقد قال الله تبارك وتعالى في كتاب الحكيم والقرآن المجيد وهو أصدق القائلين وقوله الحق أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الإنسان إنك كادح إلى ربك قدحا فملاقيه صدق الله العلي العظيم. صلوات
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Indeed, and without any doubt, that it is a great opportunity to be amongst the lovers and followers of Quran and Ahlul Bayt. And if we think deeply in our lives, we will see that there have been countless blessings and bounties and grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on us. But if you would like to say and point out that which was the best, so I think, in my opinion, for me, that the best is the lover and follower of Quran, the guidance sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the form of Quran and Muhammad wa ali Muhammad alayhimus salam. This is the most precious thing in one's life. If it's not, then it should be. Life, again, if it's have a vision greater than the life of this world, then these two things, Quran and Ahlul Bayt, gives its meaning and becomes more precious, or the most precious things in one's life. In these 10 nights, we discussed many things, and the topic which we tried to follow was that the steps towards the excellence of mankind. How to reach that. In nutshell, if we try to summarize, we can say that excellence can be reached number one by educating ourselves. Educating ourselves is something with other people may help us, but in the end it is ourselves that we need to have that willingness to learn and get that education. So the foremost thing in our lives which can bring, that is the ilm, and through which we can reach wisdom as well. So the most important thing is that we should develop willingness in ourselves to be educated by Quran and the teachings of Ahlul Bayt. Regardless we like those teachings or not, if in principle we are convinced that the best teaching and best education is provided by Quran and Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, then it doesn't matter for us that maybe there will be things over there that we haven't adopted in our all this life, 30, 40, 50, 60 years. Maybe we have developed some other habits, some other things we are doing which is in contradiction with the teachings of Islam. So when you will go through the Quranic and Islamic teachings, you may find things which would be challenging you and telling you, oh my dear, all these years you have been doing something wrong. You may come across things which make her, and this is what we want. This is what we want. That we may come across to something which may correct us and show us the right path. And that's how we can reach excellence. Otherwise, if we go through and read everything and say, no, I am the perfect person, I don't want to improve myself, whatever I was doing for all past my years of 20, 30, 40 years, that was the correct. What my ancestor did, they were correct. If we do not open the door to improve ourselves and to learn, we would not be able to polish our souls and purify them. So if you see that, the foremost thing is that we should prepare ourselves to learn and to correct ourselves, to purify ourselves. Otherwise, going through Quran, its translations, its tafsir, sayings and life history of imams, books of ulama, just reading and going through it without having an intention to correct yourself and your environment, the place you are living, it doesn't make any sense. Rather, it will just increase on the jahalat and the ignorance. Although we are going through all these things, but if we do not have If we do not have this willingness to learn, it will give anything in life to improve ourselves. If we go through the Quranic verses from Surah Jummah, we will find that in Surah Jummah it has been clearly mentioned by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that مَثَلُ الَّذِينَ حُمِّلُوا التَّوْرَاةَ ثُمَّ لَمْ يَحْمِلُهَا كَمَثَلِ الْحِمَارِ يَحْمِلُ أَسْفَارًا. That if somebody is learning and burdening himself or herself with lots and lots of books and readings and accumulating information, but just for the sake of information, or maybe just to show off that who that person is, Quran says that person's example is just like a mule. That if you put hundreds of books on a mule, that those books will not going to benefit that mule, because that mule cannot read and understand and practice according to that. So if we do not understand, if we do not want to understand and do not want to improve ourselves, so it will be accumulation of information from Quran, tafasir, ahadith, lifestyles of the imams, but in the end, when we will die, we will be just like mules. So if we would like to be a human, and human is someone that is always eager to learn, to understand every day. Now, if you come out of from Quranic and Hadith teachings, just in our daily lives, other things which we see, every day we are eager to learn something new from our school, from our workplace, from media, different things we learn. We try to learn something new. So when it comes to Islamic teachings, and then we becomes ritualistic. We close the doors of learning. We shut down the button of of learning, and just we ritualistically perform things. Even our prayers becomes ritualistic, because we know that we have to offer 5 times a prayer if we are offering it. So we need to come out of that ritualistic and be the true and pure lover of Quran and Ahlul Bayt and follower of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Bisa mathal al-qawm alladhina kadhabu bi ayati Allah. And it's a bad example of that qawm, that nation, those people who deny the ayat Allah, revelations of Allah, teachings of Allah. They deny. Denial, it's not that we say that this ayat was not revealed in Quran. I'm not going to accept that zakat is not obligatory. Offering salat is not obligatory. That is one kind of denial. But the other kind of denial is in our action. At times we say that yes, offering prayer is an obligation, paying zakat is an obligation, taking care of an orphan and widows and less fortunate people is an obligation. But when it comes to practice, we do not perform that. We do not fulfill that obligation. This could be a little little harsh ending towards the our majalis, but I would like to speak something. I feel that it's my responsibility to speak out. That we need to find out the obligations. What are the obligations, and why, if we believe that these are obligatory things in Islam and we should be following it, because it is the teachings of explicit teachings of Quran and the explicit teachings of Ahlul Bayt. And on the second hand, and secondly, it will enhance our performance and give excellence in our lives. Then why? What's stopping us? Just one thing is stopping us. That is our carnal soul, nafs ammara. Our carnal soul is not allowing us. Is one of the Imams saying, in one of the sayings, he says that a person should be the master of his own nafs. Don't let your nafs to control you. You should master. You should tell what to do and what not to do. Not your carnal souls and desires, your lustful desires say, no, leave this thing. I don't want to do that. This is all burden. Yes, at times we ignore. We go with kids. We may say that some of our kids is saying, oh, let's take us KFC today. We haven't went over there for a long time. We haven't been over there. We say, okay, as a sympathetic, you go, okay, let's go to the McDonald's or KFC. Why? Is there the need? You know that it's haram over there. So why to go? Why to go? Other places similarly. Being very careful. Very careful. There have been ulama. They've been so careful that when one of the ulama's wife, who later became the mother of an alim, she was buying a fruit and she just tasted just to buy it, and because it was like a sore, so she said, I don't want to buy it. When that alim came to know about it, he became the alim, the husband of that lady. When he came to know about this thing, so he became very angry with her. Say, why you did so? Do you know that the impact of that drop of that juice which you taken will affect your child which is in your womb? So they were so careful. I know that it's too much expectation from ourselves, but the things which are very much obvious, haram and halal, we should be careful. Other things, there are many things. There could be a list of things. I cannot discuss everything, but yes, you people have sessions and find out those things. Internet is over there. You can find lots of things over here. So it is very important to remember that if we want the excellence in our lives, we need to open the doors of learning, that willingness in ourselves, and then educate ourselves and our children. Another thing, the point which I mentioned in my speech was that it's not one-sided thing, that it is just my personal and individual thing. No, my grooming, my excellence depends not only in my self and individual grooming, rather it also combines the community, the family grooming, community grooming, and the society grooming. And for that I mentioned you the 5 different aspects in which we should work on that. That is education, family, our financial thing. In one of the khutbahs, of Imam Sajjad, he says, when we will go in graves,
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
he says that we will be asked that from where we have earned our money, our livelihood. People may say, yes, it was from the halal earning. Another question will be asked, where you have spent it. You cannot spend your halal earning and livelihood wherever you want. You cannot put it on in gambling and other haram things, to buy haram things, haram food, different things. You cannot. So it's not just that our livelihood should be halal and should be pure, that the place we are working, from where we are getting, and then keep it pure as well by paying zakat and khums and charity, and spend it in a permissible thing. So we will be asked that how we have spent our money, where we have spent our money. I mentioned in previous nights, the money we will send, the wealth we send towards Allah will remain with Allah, which will be beneficial for us in the life after death. But what we spend, even in a permissible things, in this world will perish. What we have sent forward as a charity, as a donation, as helping some poor or widow or less fortunate people, that will remain over there, and there will be no hisab and kitab with that. There will be no accountability of that amount. But what we have spent in this world, we will be asked and need to answer all those things. Another thing which is important, so it is not just the individual thing, it's the collective social environment. So it expands, it starts from us, it expands to our family, then like close family of husband and wife and children, then a larger family which extends to the parents, then much greater to the brothers and sisters, and then bigger family, larger family, that is, it includes the aunts and other cousins and every people. And then the community, that includes neighbors, friends, the people coming to Imam Barga, centers in our city, in our country, and so on. The thought which has been given to us, the actions that we should be taken, that we should have universal thought, and action should start from ourselves. In Persian, it's been said, I think so, that fikr jahani wa amale mahalli wa kunid. As how that from your own house and street you should start working. But your vision should be great. You may not able to reach even outside your family, or maybe to you, outside your street and town. But your vision should be there. Direction should be correct. And vision should be correct. Another thing which I'd like to add is that excellence cannot be reached until we provide our environment at home, at educational place, our in society, things which helps us to restrain ourselves and restrict ourselves and refrain ourselves from indulging in sinful and bad acts. On the other hand, we should try to create an environment which should help us and encourage us to do good things, mustahabbat, to do good things. That sort of an environment can take us towards excellence. Now, living in this part of the world, it is challenging. It is challenging. But you are not the first person, my dear. Or rather, I say we are. Why I'm excluding Pakistan or India or other places. Everyone in the world now, there are issues over there. So we are not the first people who are having these sort of challenges from society. Just look to the society of Makkah, from where the Islam started, propagation started. There have been people, take the example of Hazrat Ammar Yasir, Hazrat Ammar Yasir, his father and his mother, Hazrat Sumayyah, she was the first Shaheed of Islam. Not only the first lady, she was the first Shaheed of Islam, first lady who gave her life. They asked her to change and come back and as an infield and a pagan. She said, no, I will not leave Islam. And she was being martyred. So she was the first person in Islam. So it's not that we are facing in the society of Makkah at 1400 years back. There were alcohol, there were been prostitution, there were been not this type of clubs, but other sort of clubs were been there in pubs and different things they had. So it's not us that we are saying, oh, we have that sort of environment, how we can save ourselves and our children, when they can reach that excellence and level of that purity, that there were 313 people in Battle of Badr with very few horses and camels and ammunition, and they were able to defeat that strong army of Quraysh. And it was not with the help of those few camels and horses and few weapons. It was Iman Billah, faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So even in living in societies like this, yes, it is very much possible. And why to go 1400 years back? Even in the society where you are living, there are friends in other states and cities. You will find many of them. It's not just few, many of them that who have created an environment for themselves, their families, and grooming them and teaching them about Islam, and they are a practicing family and a practicing community. So anyway, in this time and era, there are examples, live examples. You just move around and just go and visit over there. You will find that how good communities there are in this America. So yes, we can, every part and every corner of this world, wherever, spatially, wherever the followers of Quran and Ahlul Bayt are, they have that strong thing. And the best virtue of the followers of Ahlul Bayt is that even if they are alone, one person, and it has happened, it's not just a hypothetical examples. No, it's a reality. In this America, this has happened. Single person in Muharram, he had nothing. He was not a reciter, he was not a poet, he had nothing to do. Say, every night I has to sit in my university room, in my hostel room, I has to sit over there and just say, Hussain, Hussain, Hussain. And that Hussain has given us life. And that sense of responsibility. Ayatollah Nasir Makaram Shirazi has mentioned, not to be biased, but what he has said. Just I'm narrating his meaning of his, gist of his speech. In his Dars Kharij, Dars Ijtihad, he mentioned it, and it was way back. I think it was around 12, 15 years back. Ayatollah Nasir Makaram Shirazi said that, and he was telling to his students over there, you know, most of the students are Iranians, although they are other Pakistanis and Indian, other people, they attend his Dars Kharij. He said, the best thing of people from the subcontinent as Pakistan and India is that wherever they go, first they try to make a center to do azadari. And it is a honor for a Shia that he or she would like to spend more on azadari than on any other thing. And this is what has given us love of Ahlul Bayt. So we have something to really protect us. We have to elaborate it. Imam Ali says, taqwa, every person has taqwa inside, in himself or herself. Need to groom it, need to bloom it. If you try to nourish that, water that taqwa will be a blooming flower in your heart and your personality and our personality. Tonight I decided to take few questions as well. There are already few questions with me. So first I would like to, let's see till where, what answers I can able to give. There are a few questions. Question is, I was told that prayer wearing all black clothing and hijab is makruh. Yes, dress wearing while offering prayers and black dress will give lesser reward and lesser sawab. It's not haram, but it will give lesser sawab. It has exceptionals. Ulama has given two things exceptionals. Abba of men like this one and abba of ladies, that is what you say covering chadar. Those two black things has given exceptional. Otherwise, other things like this shirt I am wearing black, this is not allowed. If I will wear, then sawab will be lesser. So it is over there. You can also visit the websites of your maraje, respective maraje, and you can find why. Well, I don't know why, but it is in the fatwa. So some colors are being and why we wear, because it's a sign. It was being sign in Arabs to wear black as a mourning, and that's why it has continued as a sign of mourning. Another question has been asked, if I am able to understood this correctly, is there while offering prayers. Now this I think is from ladies' side. So it's mentioned that why are we offering prayers or salat? So is it permissible that back of our foot could be exposed? Two answers. Feet, front and back. If there is a place where it is possibility that a na-mahram could able to see, possibility, even if it's a possibility, able to see your feet, upper part or the back part of the feet, then it is haram to keep it open. So you need to cover it. Now it could be covered with wearing socks. It could be covered by putting your chadar in a manner that they could not see. So anyone, if somebody is entering in that room, could not able to see. So somehow it could be covered. Whether you are standing or you are in sajda position, so it should be covered. But if lady is like offering in an exclusive place where men's entrance or na-mahram entrance is it's not over there, so then they can keep their feet open. And similarly, it's not the feet but also in salat that ladies should observe that their hands should be covered till wrist. And while doing Allahu Akbar or going something, it usually pulls up. It's not correct. They should make sure that those sleeves should be lengthy enough, or that veil or chadar is covering it in a manner that even if your sleeves go up, it doesn't expose. So it should not be exposed. Should not be exposed. Even if someone is wearing half sleeves, but he has covered herself in a manner that at the time of offering prayers, hands or other part of the body is not exposed, they can offer prayers like that. So in front of men or in a place where there is a possibility that a na-mahram men can enter, so then there is more caring about your ladies' dressings. And if it's exclusive place, it should be covered. And similarly, and I want to think, that covering of head should be that no hair, even a single hair, should not be exposed. At times we wear that a little bit of hair is being exposed. If you can see from front, a little bit, it should be not like that. It should be covered completely. And the chin should be covered. With most of the maraji'in, it is ihtiyat wajib or wajib that chin should be covered. So it should not be exposed. Now what I have explained for salat is also for your entire hijab. For your entire hijab as well. So if someone is having that intention to have hijab, but now this thing has been mentioned over here, my dear, if we go through this event of Karbala, we will see that there have been two parts of Karbala. One was from Medina till the Sham-e-Ghariba, and other part starts from Sham-e-Ghariba till return back of these Ahlul Bayt to Medina. And the third part starts from that they are released and reaching Medina till the demise of Imam Sajjad alayhi salam. So there have been three parts, but these are the two very important parts. Third one is very important politically, but these two. And the other part, we see that the strong lady of Karbala, we all praise Hazrat Zainab. The most difficult thing For all the ladies wore their hijab. They cried for their hijab. When somebody asked from Imam Sajjad alayhi salam that where you found it very difficult, he said, Ash-Sham, Ash-Sham, Ash-Sham. That is in Syria. He said, why? Everybody was surprised that he may say that when Hazrat Ali Akbar was being martyred, when Hazrat Ali Akbar was being martyred, or Imam Hussain was being martyred. He said Sham. He said, why? Because that these ladies of Ahlul Bayt, their heads were being exposed. So one of the most important thing that the importance in this whole event is about the hijab. I know the environment is over there, but again I will say the same example. If there is a will, there is a way. There is a will, there is a way. Especially even my request is, of course this is my last speech over here, so I hope with whatsoever I will say over here, I don't have to listen to all of you, your whatever you will say. Say again. So well, although I will get the feedback from over here from my friends, my Mustafa and from Abu Ali and Margoob Abbas Bhai and other people, that what you ladies were being complaining about, but it's not in my hand. It's been in Quran, it's been in Hadith, it's been in the lifestyle of the Holy Prophet. It's up to you, it's everyone. And it's, excuse me, it's not only for ladies. Hijab is for men as well. It's hijab in their clothing. In their clothing, lots of people, and even in Pakistan, they wear Bermudas and go to the markets. They are not allowed. I don't know over here. I haven't seen, at least in the center. They must be having the sanctity of the center, having in their mind. So it's not allowed, my dear. It's not allowed. It should be below your knees, or even till the half of the calves of your leg. So it should be long pants, even if it's a little bit higher. So need to be careful about that. Need to be careful. And of course, the most dangerous thing is the eyes looking towards an-nazra ilal, जैसे कहते हैं कि the thing ilal nisa, one just a glimpse to the na-mahram is an arrow of Satan towards you. So be careful. Men, they have to observe their hijab in clothing, in their eyes, their chastity. And ladies, they also have been everywhere, whether they are in center. Of course, center has much more sanctity, that even if someone has decided not to do hijab, okay, it's up to her will. But center, mosque, Imam Bargas, they should have extra sanctity and sacredness. So at least over here you are coming, there are people like, there are interaction with the na-mahram. So people over here, ladies should over here, and those girls who are baligh should be more careful and trained. You can take it as a uniform as you go at your workplace, how you can wear those things over there, and why not over here? So it can be done. So you can, if you put the example of Hazrat Zainab, Hazrat Zahra, and they all their struggle, and their uprising was with that hijab. They were in Karbala with all those problems. Hazrat Zahra, when she was being beaten, she did not lost her hijab. She entered into the mosque of Nabi in front of that caliph, and asked for the justice, and she was in total hijab. So yes, women can participate, and at times they should, at times they must, but with chastity, purity, and with the dress code which is being prescribed by Quran and Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam. Kindly recite. I can't hear it from ladies' side actually. Well, no. When eating, I mean many times foods. When eating out, many times foods are cooked with wine or alcohol. A. It is said that alcohol cooks out. Is this food permissible to eat? I don't know. So you can go to the websites or ask questions. I haven't gone through it. I haven't come across this question, so I haven't done my research on this. So I don't know really whether it is permissible or not. Even if it's evaporate over there and but still that food get it or not, it's permissible. You need to ask your marja, because this over here, this could be the difference between the fatwa of Marajan. It is possible. I don't know. So you need to know about it. Gelatin and enzymes are added to foods, especially cakes and such things. Well, gelatin, you need to be careful, because even it's halal animal gelatin, again, we don't know it's been sacrificed correctly or not. But yes, if it's like a vegetable gelatin or something like that, so it is permissible. The origin of gelatin is not always known. Thus I replied you, beef versus pork. Even if it's beef, how come we know that beef is? Even now, there is a question, the beef which is being sold by Muslims, can we eat that or not? Because of the difference between halal, so-called halal meat, and zabiha meat. Zabiha, which is properly slaughtered animal meat. And halal meat now, they are like communities over here. We are saying that if it is from a halal animal like cow or goat or something like that, chicken, so just by saying Bismillah, it will become halal. With Shias, with many Sunni Muslims, it is not permissible. That's why we need to find out from where we are buying it. It has been slaughtered Islamically or not. If we don't know, we cannot eat. And take my words, nobody will die without having that meat. So vegetarians, vegetarians, we also have vegetarians in ours. Well, he is also alive, so others, they can also live on without meat as well. I wanted to give about Hindu people that they do not use, but we have a Muslim guy who is living, alhamdulillah, and serving the community very nicely as well. So people can live, so we cannot need to live. And now you have many opportunities. There have been time used to travel many hours to fetch a meat from at a distance. Like someone used to go from places like Kansas to Chicago, or some Houston or some place like that. There will be time. Now gradually there's the facilities it can reach. If not, still you find difficulty, one of you say Ya Ali and start your own slaughterhouse and providing inshallah zabiha meat to people, to all the people, inshallah, to all the Muslims. And it's a good business if some would like to do. Although I'm not looking towards Murtaza Bhai, but yes. But he can guide many people to start something like that. I know that. Well, the bad thing is that the editing cannot be done by Reza Bhai. Well, is it okay? Bahut sara likha hai. It's been written by a lady and so many questions. Is it okay to keep a cat for pet in home? does the hair of cat on your clothing make prayers unacceptable? I have heard different opinions. Yes, different opinions are there. So you need to go through your marja and ask over there. And as far as I know, very safely I would like to say, but you have to recheck. Again, I would like to say, recheck. Ayatollah Sistani allows that with the hair on your body or on your clothes, you can offer your praise and it is permissible. But Ayatollah Khamenei, I think, as far as my knowledge goes, maybe right or wrong, he do not allows. About other maraji'een, I don't have any information. So it's very easy nowadays, convenient, go on their website, ask them and you will get your answer from them. Okay, now let's see, what about, Wallah. I don't want to say who has written, but they have written a very bold writing. What about man's hijab? Just she was saying, just someone is scolding me that, yeah, Maulana, you are not telling us about the man's hijab. And the same thing I have mentioned it, exposed, yes. One thing she has mentioned we haven't discussed, that is at the time of ruku. I say she because I know that somebody, she must have written this type of writing, and mashallah must be a bold lady, because the writing shows straight writing is a sign of being bold. Well, and I don't know who has written, but at the time she has written a good question, that at the time of sajda, there are like men, especially boys, who are wearing low pants, low jeans, hipsters, what you say. So if I'm not mistaken, I'm correct? Okay, alhamdulillah. So if they are wearing hipsters, so at the time of sajda, yes, it's been exposed. So is it correct or not? Yes, salat is correct. Salat is correct. But if there is a ladies standing behind, so they cannot look to the waist and the back of that person. It's not allowed for them to look. So they need to be careful about that. And of course, it should be those boys, especially boys I know, they wear lots of hipsters as if it's going down. So when I was teaching in school, there were been boys. Of course, the pants were not allowed to be a hipster's pants. So, but they need to bring it. They used to bring it down. So I said one day I will pull it down. So be careful from me. So whenever they used to see me, they used to pull their pants up. So, well, okay. Another question, very important questions is. Where is that question went to? I wanted to mix it. Okay. So the question is about tabarra. That is to define tabarra. What is tabarra? And what to do? There are many things we said. Tabarra and tawalla. They are two obligatory things in our religion, especially in Shias. Tabarra, that is that we express ourselves, that we are not with the enemies of Quran and Ahlul Bayt. We disown them. We show our dislikeness. Now, its dislikeness is not with their faces. It was what they did. What they did in history, or what people, their followers, are doing right now. So what they did, the changes they made, like if you remember, it's in Nahjul Balagha that when Imam Ali taken the Khilafat and the leadership, he said that I have to bring back all those teachings of Islam which were being distorted. Now this is called bara'at. This is also a kind of bara'at, that what they have done in past 25 years, I am bari. I do not sign those things. And I will revive Islamic teachings as it was in the time of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this is the basic bara'at. This is the basic thing. That is, it should be in our ideology, number one, that what was wrong done by any person, any companion, any person other than the Holy Prophet, any person has done wrong, we say wrong. We do not accept that. We do not follow that. And one of the other examples is the Taraweeh in congregations. Why I'm saying Taraweeh in congregations? Because we also have Taraweeh. Have you read through? If you go through the Mafati al-Janan and other books, you will find there is Taraweeh. Word Taraweeh has also been used. But yes, it is individually that we have to recite prayers, and in the night of Ramzan, you will have so many salat over there and many recitation of Quran and other things. But in congregations, we say no, we don't agree with that. We are not fighting. We do not, do the suicide bombing in the mosque because they are doing something haram, which is for us, it is haram. We do not do that. So, but we oppose that. So that is called bara'at. That is called tabarra. Another part which comes about the words, that is using of la'an. Allahumma la'an awwala zaliman zalama haqqa Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa akhira tabin lahu ala dhalik. Allahumma la'an al-isabat allati zahadat al-Hussain wa shayi'at wa bayi'at wa tabit ala qatlih. Allahumma la'anahum jami'a. This is the 100 times we recited in Ziyarat Ashura. La'an. What is la'an? Is tabarra? Yes. La'an is one of the kinds of tabarra that has been speech. Let me explain. Tabarra could be in three forms. Tabarra from our heart, tabarra in our speech, and tabarra in our actions. La'an is one of the kinds of tabarra in speech. So it's not the entire tabarra. At times we exaggerate that this should be tabarra. It should be there. That's why it's in Ziyarat Ashura. In Amal Shab Ashur, Allahumma l'an qatalat al-Hussain alayhi salam wa ashabihi. Allahumma l'an qatal al-Hussain wa ashabihi. So there is. What is the meaning of la'an? La'an is not an abusive word. La'an has been mentioned in Quran at many places. Allah has done the la'an on kafirin, on zalimeen, those who have been done wrong in fields on those people. Now what is la'an? La'an meaning is that it's a prayer. La'an is prayer. When we say Allahumma la'an, that is we are saying, oh Allah, keep that person away from your blessings. This is the meaning of la'an. When we say la'an on Yazid, we say, Allah, keep this person from your blessings. When we say la'an on Muawiyah, we say, keep this person from his blessings. Now, the meaning of la'an in Arabic is different, taken differently, and meaning of la'an taken in Urdu differently. I don't know Persian and other languages, but yes, these are differently. When we say la'an in Arabic, it has different meaning. It has the same what I have translated in English. In Urdu, it is being taken as a curse, as an abusive word taken as, and an insulting word at times. Although it's not like that. But because it has been expressed in a way, so it has been perceived that way from our members, from other places. So now that wrong meaning is been attached with that lan in Urdu language. Now the third thing comes over here. This is tabarra, it's a kind of tabarra. So tabarra in a meaning of lan, spatial in Arabic and ziyarat and all those 6 should be there. But when we come to in Urdu and other things, can we do the lan? If it is a dua we are making, कि Allah उस पर लानत करे, it's okay. But from the member I am saying that lanat on that person, lanat that, it has become a insulting expression of, insulting way of expressing. So we need to correct the way of expression, because we cannot accept what they have done wrong. But yes, we need to correct our way of expressing, so it could not be insulting what ulama and marajin has said in past and nowadays as well. That it should not be in an insulting way. Yes, we are discussing analytical history. We will say that person, this person has done this, and that person has done this. It's analytical things. There is nothing insulting. It's in the books, in books of Sunnis, it is written like that. Okay, it's in history. It's in history. Sunni ulama also expressed, it has happened. One of the Sunni ulama in his speeches said, in the gathering of Sunnis, he said, we cannot change what has been done in history, that the door of the house of Hazrat Fatima was being fallen on Hazrat Fatima. And they were companions of the Holy Prophet who did that. So he said, we cannot change the reality. We can hide it. That's what the people are doing, he said. So we cannot change it. But other people, we the lovers, how to express it. How to express it. So it should be balanced, that what they have done, we should do bara'at. That is our responsibility. That's our obligation. But insulting, which may provoke differences, disputes, it's incorrect. Because one of the most important thing in today's time is the unity amongst different segments of Muslims, which is very much important to understand this. So insulting here and there is not very wise thing. It can be, that bara'at, tabarra could be done in a place properly, correctly, and even with those friends and Sunni friends, it can be discussed that we don't like this, this is the reason, and actually we take the shortest path. Just do lana and then lan, and we have done our tabarra. No, it's not that tabarra. It's just one of the little part of speech. Tabarra with speech. A little part, not the whole part. The main tabarra is in our actions. In our actions. I think my time is quite over. Kindly recite Salawat Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Well, one of the question I can understand that. Can discuss the distinguish in men versus women, pregnancy. Oh. Can you discuss this and distinguish men versus women? Requirements, obligations, if not fulfilled after many years after that. It's an invitation. This question is an invitation for next Ashra for me, inshallah. It's a long thing which cannot be discussed, and really it's a difficult topic. It could be discussed, like if it's been given me before, maybe I could adjust it in one of our majalis, but it needs to be discussed in length. I have although touched this point that every men and women, they have an obligation towards each other, towards Allah, and Allah has in creation, Allah has created them equally in rewards. They will be rewarded equally as per what they have done in this world. So there is no difference between, yes, but in this world, in inheritance, like women will get half of what men will get from their father. Sister, like daughters, will get half of that. There is, of course, the reasoning is behind it, because lady is supposed to be get married with another man, and so on. Other things are over there. It could be discussed. In this over here, the responsibilities are different, and because at times we do not prefer to adopt that culture of Islam, so we do not get that benefit of the true teachings of Islam in our lives. Can you recite Salawat Muhammad wa alihi? Just to conclude that the excellence of men can only be achieved, a man, human being can be achieved, that when we can provide environment for ourselves. We can provide environment for ourselves. If we cannot able to provide environment for ourselves, then finding something and expecting that we can, or our children can reach some sort of excellence, it's difficult. It's not word. We need to change. We need to change. We need to proactively work, make our center a vibrant one, so our children can come and participate, our youngsters can come and participate, our elders come and participate in over here in different ways, in different manners. They should be, and it's not the people of the center over here. You have other center. You have Iraqi center over here. You have other Iranian center over here. Maybe some other people who are not coming over here. So you can have other programs in which at times you are together. You are a one community. Even with other Muslims, you had a good relations. Even with other people, Christians, Jews, other people, you should show Kunu lana zayna wala takunu lana shayna. Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam says that be something, what you say, zina, to be something, a virtue for us, something to be proud for us. That your character should be so good that people become impressive and say that whose follower you are. With your character, kunu du'atan nas bi alsanatikum, kunu du'atan nas bil amal. It's that with your actions, that call your people, invite people with your actions before you invite them with your words. So it's not that we should be practicing, we should be the messengers. We should be the messengers of Islam and flag barriers of Islam. We should, each and every one should be a role model for the place, for the community where they are living. For that we need to work hard. We have that responsibility. And we see that even in the worst time, again the lesson could be learned from Karbala. That even in the worst time, we see that these ladies in Karbala set an example for men and women of this world. On the 11th of Muharram, what happened on that 11th of Muharram? Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. On the 10th of Muharram in Sham-e-Ghariba, somehow they spend their night. Sun of the 11th of Muharram rises, Allahu Akbar, while the Ahlul Bayt, those widows and fresh orphans who have been in the worst calamities and worst challenging times. Allahu Akbar. What happened? On the morning, Amr ibn Sa'd asked his army men to collect all those who have been killed and slaughtered by the army of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. So they gathered all those killed people. They gathered and they offered prayers on those people. And then they put them in their graves. So there could be a hope for Hazrat Zainab salamullah alayha, that, oh Allah, maybe Amr ibn Sa'd now he has killed Imam Hussain al-Islam, my brother. Maybe now he will allow us to offer praise on him and put him in his grave. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Yes, something was happening over there. He asked his men to come and collect and gather all the bodies of Shuhada of Imam Hussain alayhi salam, all the bodies of the companions of Imam Hussain alayhi salam, and Shuhada Ahl Bayt alayhi salam. Allahu Akbar. Maybe that hope was there in Hazrat Zainab's heart. Then he announced, I would like to have 10 men who would be prepared to mutilate the bodies of these Shuhada. I will say, Amr ibn Sa'd, don't you think that beheading these companions and Imam Hussain alayhi salam was enough for you? And that's what Hazrat Zainab said, that Amr ibn Sa'd, that enough is enough, just hold down. Allahu Akbar. You have already killed and beheaded our people, our beloved ones. Allahu Akbar. Then the people from the tribes came, from different tribes came, and they took away one by one the companions of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. And now only Ahlul Bayt were been there. There have been 18 bodies lying over there. And there was no one to help them out. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Except it's been said that Hazrat Abbas' body was been separated, or maybe his body was been not actually included, but all other bodies were been there. Then he announced to see and count that if everybody is there or not. Though they counted, they said there is one body missing. One body missing. He said, whose body is missing? He said it was the body of Hazrat Ali Asghar, Allahu Akbar, who was been martyred on the hands of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. Amr ibn Saad gave orders to find that body of 6-month child. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. You know what they did? They tried to find out, for finding out that the grave of the child, they took their spears in their hand and put in the ground to find out where the child has been, where the child has grave has been over there. Allahu Akbar. Somebody said, go behind the Burns camp of Imam Hussain alayhi salam and try to find out. I have seen Imam Hussain going over there behind the camps, and then when he went over there at one place, he put his spear into the ground. When he took out his spear, the body of 6-month-old Ali Asghar was on the top of the spear. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. First, you know what they did? They beheaded Ali Asghar. A 6-month child was being beheaded, and then his body was being put beside the body of his father. Allahu Akbar. Then he announced that those horse riders may come over here and walk on these bodies and mutilate them. Allahu Akbar. From both sides, these riders came and they mutilated the bodies of Imam Hussain and his family members. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. It's been said that the chest of Imam Hussain was been, Allahu Akbar, was with his back. He was so mutilated, so much mutilated. Allahu Akbar. Then he asked, Amr ibn Saad asked to rope all the ladies and rope them in one line, one string with one rope. Maybe Hazrat Zainab was reminding that talk of Hazrat Ali alayhi salam that went on one day. Hazrat Ali said when he kissed the neck of Hazrat Zainab, and she asked, Father, why you is kissing my neck and kissing my arms? Hazrat Ali said, my daughter, there will be a day when rope will be tightened around your neck and your arms. Hazrat Zainab asked, that day will come when I have a brother like Imam Hassan, Imam Hussain and Abbas. I'm going to face that day. Maybe she must be recalling those words of Imam Ali. Allahu Akbar. They were been robed. Allahu Akbar. Hazrat Sajjad, who was sick and was unable to even stand, he was been strangled into chains. Hazrat Sajjad came near to the body of his father, Allahu Akbar, and kneeled down near there, and he was crying, and it was close that, it was very close and near that he also joined Imam Hussain alayhi salam. Hazrat Zainab saw the situation. She climbed down from her camel and said, Sajjad, be patient. Allahu Akbar. You are the only male person we are having. You are the Imam of our time. Be patient, my dear son, be patient. Hazrat Sajjad said, Oh aunt, how it is possible for me to be patient? Have you seen seen a young person whose father has been slaughtered in front of his eyes? His body has been beheaded, then mutilated. Have you seen that? And that young son could not even able to do anything, not even able to give him a great piece of a grave for his father. Allahu Akbar. She condolenced Hazrat Sajjad. But you know what happened? After he condoled Hazrat Sajjad and counseled Hazrat Sajjad, he came close to the body of Imam Hussain alayhi salam and said, he took his hands under the mutilated body of Imam Hussain alayhi salam, tried to raise it a little bit from the ground, as if Hazrat Zainab is giving gifts to someone. As we put the gift on our hands and put to give someone, Hazrat Zainab took her hands beneath the body of Imam Hussain and tried to raise it a little bit and said, Rabbana taqabbal minna hadha al-qurban. Oh Allah, accept this sacrifice from us. Allahu Akbar. These prisoners of Ahl al-Bayt were taken from Karbala to Kufa. Hazrat Zainab gave sermon and said, oh you ladies, oh you men and women, you are crying now? It's too late. You may cry till the end. You betray the commitment. You betray Imam Hussain alayhi salam, and you kill my brother, and because of you my brother has been killed. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. These ladies who have been offered a piece of a bread and dates, Hazrat Zainab said, no, it's haram. Sadaqat, charity is haram on Sadat. We cannot take your charity. If you really would like to give us something, give us a veil. We would like to cover our heads. We have never been without our veils. Allahu Akbar. Somebody bring a veil for Hazrat Zainab salamullah alayha. She tried to put on her head. Shimr Mal'oon saw that Hazrat Zainab is trying to wear their veil or makna. She bring her spear and took that makna, that veil again from the head of Hazrat Zainab salamullah alayha. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Hazrat Sajjad gave a sermon over there and told that what these people and Kufians has done to the Ahl al-Bayt and to the Islam. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. My Imam al-Zamana in Ziyarat Naya expressed his feeling and sorrow. Allahu Akbar. He says, Salam to the body scattered in the plains of Karbala. Salam to the dried lips of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. Salam to the spilled and running blood on the fields of Karbala. Salam on the cut off pieces of the body of companions of Imam Hussain. Salam to Ali Asghar. Salam to Ali Akbar. Salam to the ladies whose veil has been snatched. Salam to the ladies who are running from one tent to another tent. Salam to the burning tents of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. ألا ولعنة الله على قوم الظالمين وسيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون. اللهم نسألك وندعوك باسمك العظيم الأعظم الأعز الأجل الأكرم وبدم مقتول بكربلاء Ya Allah, 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 Ya Allah. Ya Allah, accept this little ibadah from us. Allah, hasten the reappearance of our 12th Imam. O Allah, enlighten us from the light of Quran and light of Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam. O Allah, give us tawfiq to understand Quran and teachings of Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam. O Allah, give us tawfiq to seek thee and acquire the intercession and shafa'at of Quran and Ahlul Bayt on the day of judgment. O Allah, give us tawfiq, to serve Islam and Muslims. O Allah, O Allah, O Allah, help and assist and give success to all the oppressed people all around the world, especially the lovers and followers of Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam. O Allah, O Allah, give us tawfiq to serve Islam. O Allah, give a long life and healthy life to our ulama and maraji'een. O Allah, give early recovery to all bedridden and sick people. O Allah, whosoever has served in this morning and in this azadari, may Allah give him reward in many folds. O Allah, give us tawfiq to revive azadari as it should be done. O Allah, hasten the reappearance of our 12th Imam and give us tawfiq to be amongst his true and pure and sincere followers. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. اللهم كل وليك الحجة بن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل الساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك توعا وتمتعه فيها تبيلا. In the last but not the least, I would not like to thank the services given by these volunteers and people over here, but I will pray for for their tawfiqat, increase in their tawfiqat from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because I am no one to thank you people over here to come in this commemorating. It is our responsibility, each and individual responsibility. The reward would be given by Sahibul Asr wa Zaman, insha'Allah. Salawat Muhammad radiyallahu
الحسن والحسين صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. يا حسين 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 يا حسين